Good evening, Papua New Guinea. I'm Godwin Aki. Glad to have your company on this lovely evening right here on Coca-Cola Sports Scene. First of all, big news. With just 6 months until the PNG Games, the 2005 Churchill medal winner Scott Prince has been unveiled as an official Games ambassador. Well, to kickstart the rest of our show, we start off with our weekend sporting briefs.
Big sport in action over the weekend is first, slow pitch corporate softball continued at the Bicini Diamonds. From softball to another bat and ball game as PNG Paraparana beat the determined Trukai Hoods by 3 runs with 2 down in the Pomorsby Cricket A-grade matches. PNG Barramundis Asad Vala worked hard in bowling, but poor cover defense allowed Paraparana to find space and hit boundaries. Raho Sam with 18 runs. Alongside the cricket in big matches in the AFL as Lamana Dockers took on Central Bombers and Koboni went up against defense.
Yesterday's first match fixture between Lamana Dockers and Central Bombers, it was a good game. As we'll know that Lamana Dockers, the premiers for last year, that who've been very strong for the last 2 games, came on top defeating Central Bombers. It was a game that saw the boys from the village, from Garaka, travelling all the way up into the city to have the match, and it was really good to see them turn up.
In round 5 of the CRU, the women's matches was on fire as defense used their forward pack of our strong Nova outfit to lock the match 12-all. To volleyball, and the ITI volleyball competition saw its finals in the open men and women's divisions at Murray Barracks, with the winner taking home 4,500 K9 prize money. ITI is hoping to have further involvement in the code in the future and hopes that the sponsorship goes a long way to creating future representatives. And finally, in netball, the Steamships Company's annual STC intra-company mixed netball competition saw some great action, with defending champion Steamships Shipping convening the event. And you'll notice, it wasn't just women taking part.
I travelled to Daru Island in the Western Province and got an interview with the president of Daru Amateur Basketball Association, Bagari David. Let's take a look. Basketball enthusiasts in Daru gathered as they watched their teams with excitement as the teams played hard to shoot and dunk the ball as defense was pretty tough to overcome. The first round saw the ladies play all in A-grade division with great momentum showed by each teams. The ladies showed great ball passing and handling skills while aiming to shoot a basket. Following the women's game was the men's A-grade teams. Surely unlike the ladies, the men really impressed the audiences with awesome ball handling techniques as they were playing hard to get a basket. Momentum was fierce in the court, but teams knew each other's weaknesses in order to scout themselves a basket. President Bagari David says he is happy to see the community of young men and women getting involved in the game.
We started off with 13 teams. Yeah, male and female. When we started our pre-season, we attracted the attention, and a lot of students mostly is involved in this association. And we have a lot of interest when we started the competition. We are following the yearly calendars like from the federation. we play pre-season at the same time, and then and into the season proper, and we will be playing grand finals at the same time around
When will that be?
at around about September. We have done selection for the PNG games, but just a few things that we need to iron out. Facility is a big problem to us. You can see a little bit changes here is done by BSP. It's, they have a community program around the country, and what have been done over here is what BSP is doing.
The tournament, which started in March, saw up to 13 teams, both male and female, in the proper season. This season alone so far has attracted many students to participate in the tournament. Selections for the PNG Games have already been done, but President Bagari David says although we have our teams selected, we still need to do a few more alterations to fully qualify the final teams, with room for improvement.
Still on Daru, and coming up next, we look at Rugby League. Welcome back. Well, Daru Rugby League has had its fair share of ups and downs, but the sport is now regaining its long-lost glory.
A well-behaved crowd of rugby league enthusiasts in Daru flocked the town's main field to watch their teams in action. Daru Rugby League, after a 15 years break, has finally made a comeback into the field. 9 teams from around Daru in the Western Province, South Fly District, registered to play in the league after its affiliation with PNG Rugby League. Daru Rugby League Association says that rugby is about to get a new facelift, as teams will be increased over time, and is glad that Rugby PNG has made an impact on Daru Rugby League.
Currently, we happen to revive the Daru Rugby League last year, with the governor coming in with 150,000 to revive the league. And we happen to bring the interest back again in the last year's competition. And this year we managed to affiliate to Papua New Guinea Rugby League. And this is a year that Daru Rugby League has now been recognized by the Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League. And as per the calendar, we have started a competition to basically to go about to build up the standard of Daru Rugby League here in the township of Daru, as well as to take it up to the next level in producing of talents to contribute to the national team, as we talk about the Intrust Super Cup and the PNG Cumuls. So currently we are in the season proper. It's about 3 games now we have started this year, and the league, after being absent for about 15 plus years, we're so thankful to our governor, Honorable Ati Wobiro, who came and donated 150,000 to bring back the interest, so that our young people can enjoy sports, as we believe that sports is one of the government pillars that we think is a tool that government should use to engage the young people, so we can build them up to become useful people in the society. So with that frame of mind, we are now seeing the outcome of the responses from the youths coming to join the code and enjoying the code. So the Rugby League is now getting its momentum in the true spirit of performance, especially by the players as well as us, the executives, putting all necessary things in place to meet every requirement, so that we can meet up to the standard of rugby in the country. Looking at the facilities, I believe that is one of the requirements that Papua New Guinea Rugby League is embarking on under the new management structure and the visions and plans of Papua New Guinea, the Rugby League. We want to build up the standard in every centers that play rugby league in the country. And so looking at the facilities here in Daru, yes, we need improvement in the facilities. As you can see, these facilities were built some years back, and it doesn't really reflect the standard of the town. We really want the standard facilities where we can show to Papua New Guinea and contribute that we can set up the standards. Today we started our selection. The selection committee chairperson has started the selections for our representative team that will be going to Port Moresby to compete with other centers in the southern region to compete for the zone trials. Then we can go into the bigger competitions. We were told that it will be around in June. So I have advised my committee that we just running behind our time. We need to try to get ourselves properly organized, go fast track with the selection so that we can build up a team that can compete with other centers in Port Moresby when we go for the zone championships. We have about 9 teams. Basically wanted to make it fair to every youth here in the township of Daru to enjoy rugby league. So we have about 9 teams so that every youth are engaged in the rugby competition. So we can identify talents, potential talents, get them selected, build them up so they can represent Daru and compete with other centers in the zone championships.
The association says team numbers will escalate when rugby facilities get fixed as time goes by. All jerseys used by each individual teams were bought by the governor of Western Province.
I'll pick you up.
With the success of Daru Stingrays in rugby union, let's hope we see the boys in league action in Port Moresby as well. We go for these short messages. Coming up next, all the action as the semi-finals of the National Soccer League goes down to the wire. Final season in the National Soccer League as Quiet Achievers Oro FC took on another first-time franchise in Lay FC, and defending champions Hekari went head-to-head with Gigira Laitepa.
Lay FC entered the 2014 NSL season for the first time to gain experience and confidence in a semi-professional competition. However, things didn't eventuate as expected. They have made it into the grand final in the maiden year. In yesterday's semi-final match, Lay played against an equally determined Oro FC side. Both teams kept the Lay crowd on the feet cheering for them. Playing under wet conditions has also affected much of the game's strategies as both teams struggled to score goals. At full time, both teams were tied up with 2 goals, forcing an extra 10 minutes each way to find the winner. Lay FC scored in the first minute of extra time and held on to win the game at full time with 3 goals to 2.
The new black coach, we come from Norway, we know got name, but we through the team, we understanding all wanted me, and we working through the final. So next preparation will be next week, and we prepare of playing winner best like that. So we welcome winner best like and meeting in the grand final, and we play them.
In the second semi-final match, Moresby FC mounted a lot of pressure on the Ekari side, keeping the backline on the feet. Moresby didn't capitalize much on the goal-scoring opportunities, but managed to keep Ekari scoreless in the first half. Ekari made their intentions known in the second half, sending in more firepower, defeating the home side 2 goals to nil at full time.
In terms of level of football, it has really risen now. With Gigira playing the best football today, would have anybody's game in the first half. If they would have equalized, then it was anybody's match. But I'd like to say congratulations to all the team. I mean, for me, I'd like to see that someday that Hekari be beaten. Maybe in the next grand final, I don't know. But the standard of football is rising, and that's the most important thing. Hekari will continue to raise the standard, we'll keep on playing that, and everyone is playing today. So Hekari is beatable. They are not invincible.
Firstly, Milato, thank you, Gigera. They really give us a good game. It's a really good game today. The boys found it very difficult, but the boys came back in the second half and we managed to score. But as we know, we are heading to the grand final. We always want to defend our title. So, but it's not going to be easy. It will be hard. So the boys need to work hard again and win the grand final. I think our boys played well. Gigera, they had their chances, but they didn't convert it. When we had a chance, we converted. That's all about football. If you have a chance, you score, you win games. Even though you have good teams, but if you miss opportunity, then we never know. Anything can happen in football.
Come good. We were second of the place, the table one time Ekari. That's all. Time come up long. Finishing stages, inconsistency of the, say, lineup of the game. That's how you come up in first 11. It's very, very important in soccer.
And special thanks to Sylvester Gawi in Lay. We go for our last break, and coming up, canoeing at Ella Beach. To the sea, and the PNG Canoeing Association has had a great day with sun, wind and surf, providing the perfect backdrop as the PNG Canoeing Association hosted its racing regatta at Ella Beach. Konedobu Canoe Club and Pom Outrigger Canoe Club battled it out with other teams in the 1500, 1000 and 250 meters sprints events.
It was a great day with the sun, wind and surf providing the perfect backdrop as the PNG Canoeing Association hosted its racing regatta at Ella Beach. Teams from across the NCD as well as from the Central Province took part in the event. With choppy waves making it difficult around the turns, racers were looking at the straight lines to really accelerate ahead of other competitors. Kempa, Pomok, Trike, My House and Team Kaupa came from as far away as the Rigo district. The small but enthusiastic crowd enjoyed the family atmosphere that saw not just the young, but the young at heart as well, even the little ones having a crack on the surf. Beginning earlier in the day, a total of 3 different events were contested, with the 1500-meter long-distance race starting it off in the cooler conditions. With the boys placed 250 meters apart, the 1000-meter race featured 4 turns with Pomok and Trike neck and neck to the end. Pomok taking it in a real photo finish. The women's events were just as competitive, with Trike featuring a host of PNG representatives showing their class and proving too strong for their fellow competitors. And hey, for the Barcelona and Brazilian fans, Neymar Jr. was also in the house. With the sport more or less being a traditional activity for the people of PNG, especially along the coast, the organizers are hoping to have the sport spread to other parts of the nation before the PNG Games later on this year.
Nothing like the sun, surf and sand. If you have any sports related stories or would like us to cover your sports or feature stories, please feel free to send us an email to sportscene@mtv.com.pg and like our Facebook page, which shows all our updates. Well, that's it for tonight. But before we go, here's a 60 seconds of everything that happened over the weekend.